Water filtration systems. The Berkey Light systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light system today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $209, and the Berkey Guy will include 3 sport Berkey water bottles and ship everything to you free of charge. That's right, 3 sport Berkey water bottles and free shipping. An $87 value, yours free. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at goberkey.com. That's goberkey.com today.
Every day you hear the news. As an American citizen, I'm sure you're concerned. You may even feel like you have no control. Of course, you can't control things like natural disasters or the real estate meltdown, but these days a number of Americans are returning to the practice of being self-reliant by keeping food and water in reserve. That's why you need BeFoodReady.com. BeFoodReady.com has high-quality, delicious foods that are savable and storable. The foods are dehydrated, so all you need to do is add water. They're made from premium-grade fresh raw fruits, vegetables, dairy products, and other high-quality ingredients. Our stuff is awesome, and it's available in single packets for less than $2 a serving. When you buy it in the packs, it can be 91 cents or less depending on the package that you're getting. And these foods can be stored for as long as 15 years. Log on to our website to watch a short video, learn about our food selections, how to start your own business, and how you can try 6 meals for free. Log on to BeFoodReady.com.
The Oracle Broadcasting Radio Network is on a mission to bring you the best in cutting-edge talk radio. Oracle Broadcasting is a true beacon of free speech, uncensored news, and relevant information that depends on the support of listeners just like you. You can help us expand our reach and inform the masses. Promote the network by clicking the Socialize link on the left-hand side of the oraclebroadcasting.com website. Using the simple tools provided, it is easy to spread the word about Oracle Broadcasting on social networking websites, blogs, news feeds, and many other ways with just one click. You can also help by becoming an Oracle Broadcasting member today. For just $5 a month, you get access to the members stream that allows you to listen to all of the great shows from Oracle Broadcasting in 128K stereo CD audio quality. To find out more, go to oraclebroadcasting.com. And thank you for listening to the Oracle Broadcasting Radio Network.
You're listening to the Sunday edition of the Intel Hub Radio Show, the new home of Freedomlink Radio. We'll be coming at you every Sunday from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern. Myself, Joe Joseph, John King, and AC Griffith. And boy, oh boy, it's tough out there. Now, Here's a very interesting piece on Drudge, and I wanted to bring this up to you guys too. You know, Soros Group plots guerrilla war on Fox News. So basically, these guys, the powers that be, are going to fight themselves. Is basically what they're doing. This is one of those articles, guys, that really just sum it up for me. In that it doesn't matter if it's Soros or if it's Murdoch from News Corp. They're all in cahoots with one another. And they all have our quote-unquote best interest in mind. And yet here we are. The world is collapsing around us. We've got debt out of control. They're going to be, and believe me, it's coming, folks. They're going to start forcing austerity measures down our throat. And is it going to take until that point for people to stand up and say, hell no, no more? That's the question that I pose. John, what do you think?
Well, they're going to have to do something. The budget is coming up soon, as you said earlier, Joe. We're now in Libya, an extra 100 million to 300 million a week. The government is self-admittedly broke. They're going to have to borrow more. We're looking down the barrel at another bailout. There's hints of that. So they're going to have to either raise interest rates and raise taxes, or they're going to have to clamp down and cut a lot of funding. And I can tell you where they're going with this. They're going to cut a lot of funding, as they're already mentioning cutting heating assistance to the poor this year by about $1 billion.
Yep, that's right. And there's also the specter of Japan dumping their debt. They may have to sell it. Right now, they're the second largest holder of debt of United States treasuries. And there's a strong possibility that they'll have to sell a large chunk of that in order to pay for their rebuilding process from this disaster.
Who's going to buy it?
Well, that's the thing is that it's not a matter of who's going to buy it. They're holding treasury bonds. If they want to redeem those bonds, then they can, and the government has to pay or default. That's the quandary that the United States government is in. And Griff, I pose this question to you: why not just default?
Well, the whole monetary system throughout the entire world, including the United States, is a theoretical number system.
Right.
It's not backed by anything. You could take a pencil eraser and erase one line and do away with the debt, and nobody would know the difference.
Exactly right.
Nobody would know the difference if you erased the debt. So we're facing a thing when millions and millions of people are going to die for various reasons because of a theoretical monetary system that's owned by a private company.
That's right. A private company of all things.
They pay all of the bills of the United States government. It is in control of the Federal Reserve, a private company, just like Federal Express. They pay all of the bills of the United States government. They are in control of the bills, and they pay off in Federal Reserve promissory notes. Now, listen to what I just said. The company that's paying off in worthless promissory notes is in control of the accounting and the checkbook for the United States government and 300 million people.
That's right.
Think about that.
It's pretty powerful. It's powerful.
Obscene.
Yeah, it is obscene. But just
and to have them cut my phone off as I was in the middle of uttering the words Federal Reserve is certainly an indicator to me.
Yeah, well, you know something else, Griff. Just like any time you go and you hire a contract to provide any services or contractor to provide any services, and in reality, FISA, that's what the Federal Reserve is. They're a contractor to the United States government. I mean, heck, it's a private company.
That's right. They're a contractor.
So if they're a contractor, why not just void the contract?
Why not? Just void the debt.
Then void the
Nothing
debt.
would happen.
Because
would shine and
if they pay the bills, they're holding the debt, right?
Yes.
Okay, well,
they don't want to do that because they're making enormous money, hundreds of billions of dollars. The monetary system is not one-dimensional. It's many dimensions.
Sure, of course.
And things happen within the banking community worldwide that the average person has never heard of before. Vast sums, hundreds of billions of dollars leave the United States every night and is loaned to banks all over the world during the night hours and comes back into the United States. But there are hundreds of manipulations like that within the monetary system that people had never heard about.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely right.
It's all a con job against the American people because the labor of the American people are measured in Federal Reserve promissory notes called money. And they labor all day long to get this worthless paper from a private company, and the government taxes them to make them work harder, to make more green paper called the promissory notes, to pay the government that's controlled by the company that issued the promissory notes. It is the greatest con I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah, no, for sure. But just like that, if people pulled their heads out of their tuchuses, they could just as easily say, hello, we don't want your services anymore. And oh, by the way, you deal with the debt, seeing as how it's your problem anyway, and we'll be just fine. We go back to coining our own money, to coining our own currency, And yeah, you know something, it's probably going to be painful in the short term, but
you see, if people did that, if a small number of people did that, they would be put into prisons.
They would be put into prisons.
The same organizations that are running the monetary con.
That's right. And agencies like the IRS would be at your door, and believe me, they've hired thousands more agents. And why? Why is that? Well, because they know it's coming. They know it's coming. It's not so much a matter of, well, we need to crack down and get more and more and more. Yeah, I mean, but you can only squeeze so much blood out of people, and then it becomes like, you know, kind of like squeezing blood from a stone.
Now, think of this, Joe. If the government, if the Obama government can make billions and billions of dollars out of nothing, and just make it out of nothing and give it to banks, why do you want to press and kill people through pressures to collect more of their labor, saying we need this? He could just make another $100 billion.
Exactly right. You're exactly right. You know,
but we want to keep the people in line.
That's right. I ran into something. I'll tell you a little story real quick, folks, about this. Last week, I ran into a roadblock. Now, I moved into the boonies because I didn't want to deal with any of that stuff, and that was I've never seen it outside of the metropolitan areas. But going down my county highway, and there's a roadblock, and I'm like, well, what's the problem, guys? Well, we need to see your ID. Well, what probable cause or reasonable suspicion do you have for me to show you my ID? Well, it's North Carolina law. He quoted it to me, and so I showed him my ID, and I went on my way, and I went and I looked up the statute, and of course, it's there that they can ask you because it's the property of North Carolina. So what did I do? I took that statute, I went down to the sheriff, and for a half an hour, I talked to the sheriff, and I said, well, if I have to stop and show you my ID, show you my papers, if you will, my papers, then is that not, and I guess the whole idea is they want to make sure that I am a licensed driver, and period, and I'm operating a motor vehicle correctly. Okay. But is that not proving my innocence? So I said, well, first of all, the Fourth Amendment, here I am seeing this, grants us the right to travel freely and securely in our persons, properties, and effects. Okay. So there's the Fourth Amendment. And it also protects us against unreasonable searches and seizures. And then I said the Fifth Amendment gives us the presumption of innocence until proven guilty. So I said, the burden of proof is on you, not on me. He says, well, man, North Carolina law says that that's what it is. I said, but the Constitution says that this is the way it's supposed to be. So I don't care about the Constitution. If the state of North Carolina says that's what it is. And I'm like, holy moly, there you go. There you have it. Now, this guy, I mean, he's a nice guy. He's just doing his job, you know, and I believe in his heart and in his mind, he's doing the right thing. But just so far off base. And that's the way Americana's become. It's a real sad state of affairs. When we come back, folks, we're going to be in the home stretch of the Sunday show. Anybody that wants to call in, the number to call, 866-841-1065. That's 866-841-1065. Visit the website, theintelhub.com, theintelhubradio.com, and freedomlinkradio.com. Stay tuned. Don't go away. Final segment when we come back.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
My name's John, and I've been having problems with my blood pressure for years. My doctor's tried everything without much success. I heard about Extendovite from a friend and thought, why not give it a try? It's been 3 months now. My doctor's very pleased with how my blood pressure's finally coming down. I have a lot more energy than I've had in a long time. It's working for me.
For 12 years now, I've been helping people. My name is Don Wiskin, and I want you to know Extendovite works. If you're looking for more energy or just want to be as healthy as you can, now is the time to join the growing list of real people benefiting from Extendovite. To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822, or visit our website at heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Amazon.com has become a leader in online retail and is a place where people can find and discover